guys, welcome back to Dimitra's Dishes. So today I'm going to teach you how to make hummus. You've been asking me to teach you how to make more appetizers, and this appetizer is my go-to. This along with tzatziki sauce is definitely the most popular appetizers at the cafe, and I'm going to share my recipe with you and I hope you like it. So let's go over the ingredients so we can get started. I always use canned chickpeas. I feel like it's such a huge time saver. If you boil your own chickpeas, be my guest, go ahead and do it. But canned chickpeas are really easy to find, and they have really good quality ones too these days. So I have about 2 cups of canned chickpeas. I have a garlic clove, some cumin powder, tahini sauce, which is delicious. Basically, it's like a sesame seed paste. It's tahini paste, not the sauce. And then I have lemons that I've already juiced. And then the garnishes, I'm going to garnish with a little bit of sumac, some olives and olive oil. I have some reserved chickpea water that you definitely want to save on the side. I already told you I have the lemon juice. And then I'll talk to you a little bit about this. This is roasted garlic puree. So a few months ago, I shared my roasted garlic recipe with you. It's really simple, 3 ingredients, garlic, olive oil, and salt. It roasts in the oven until the garlic is really nice and soft. I always have it on hand in my refrigerator, and a lot of times I make extra and I puree it, and then I put it in little bags and I save it to use in dips and sauces and even in soups. It's delicious. If you don't have it, you can just leave it out. But this really adds another layer of flavor, so you really want to try it. I'll link my roasted garlic recipe in the card section up above. And now we're just going to get started. So I like to do this with my food processor. Really, I haven't had good luck making it in a blender. If you are going to make it in a blender, you're going to have to make it in small batches. And the problem with making it in a blender, if it's not a high-speed blender, it's really not going to work because blenders work with liquid. So just try to do it in a food processor. I'm going to use my food processor. I'm going to put my garlic clove in here and just chop it up. Then I'm just going to add my chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans. I'll add about a 1/4 cup of tahini paste, which is what I have right here. And then I'm going to puree this until it's really nice and smooth. But before I do that, I also have to add in my roasted garlic. A nice tablespoon of that. Or you could put a couple of cloves if you didn't puree yours. So you're going to want to make sure you puree your chickpeas. It's going to seem really thick, but you want to puree them until they're really nice and broken down, because we're going for a really smooth hummus, and it needs to be pureed just a little bit more. To help it go, I'm just going to add about a tablespoon of lemon juice, and I'm going to keep pureeing this until it's super smooth, and then I'll add some more lemon juice and cumin powder. So I added all of my lemon juice to this, and then I pureed it, and I used the juice of 2 lemons, but all of the measurements are on the website. Now you want to make sure it's completely really smooth and paste-like, just like this. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and some cumin powder, about a 1/2 teaspoon of cumin powder for that really earthy warmth, a little bit of salt. So now while the mixer is going to be running, I'm going to add about a tablespoon or 2 or maybe 3 of the reserved chickpea water, and that's going to thin it out while keeping it really smooth. So the trick is to having silky smooth hummus is first breaking down the chickpeas in the food processor until they're really nice and smooth, and then thinning them out with a little bit of the chickpea water. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's done, but I'm going to stream it in a little bit at a time. Alright, so this is what you're looking for, a cream, silky, smooth hummus. You can thin it out with some more of the reserved water if you want, but at this point you're going to want to taste it for seasoning and see if it needs a little more salt. And it does, it needs a little pinch more. Now if you like yours a little bit thinner or tangier, you could add more lemon juice to it, or some of the reserved chickpea water. If you didn't reserve the chickpea water, you can use plain water, but the chickpea water is loaded with flavor, so why not? Alright, so now it is completely done, and just like that, in like less than 5 minutes, you have a delicious hummus that's way better than store-bought. Now, you want to get your serving plate, and if you've noticed, a lot of recipes I've seen online and in cookbooks have olive oil inside the hummus. I personally don't like to put olive oil in the hummus. I feel like, I don't know, the tahini paste has a lot of fat in it and has really good fat, honestly, but I like to drizzle my olive oil on top. Now, I'm just gonna make a little swirl to kind of hold the olive oil in here and the spices. What I really like to also serve this with is garnish this with is some freshly chopped parsley. I don't have any, I'm all out of parsley, so I'm just gonna use some olive oil, and don't be afraid to be generous with the olive oil. We're using really high quality Greek extra virgin olive oil. I'm gonna also put a few olives in the center, maybe 3, and then dust it with sumac, which is really nice and tangy, just like that, and add some beautiful color. This, my friends, is delicious. Let me go and grab some pita bread. I have some homemade pita bread too that I made, so you're gonna wanna check that recipe out as well. You can serve this with bagel chips, pita chips, but pita bread is definitely my favorite. We serve this at the restaurant with pita chips. We brush pita bread with oil, olive oil and herbs and salt, and bake it in the oven, and it just tastes delicious, but just like this is delicious as well. Time to have a little taste. Let's get some olive oil. Oh my God, this is so good. It's silky, it's creamy, it's completely smooth. And then the olive oil that's drizzled on top rather than it being inside adds to that flavor and just adds another layer of flavor. I'm gonna bite into one of these olives too. The description box down below has the recipe as well as the link to the website, www.dimitrasdishes.com. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you've made this using my recipe, share pictures with me on social media. I love to see your recreations, and I love to hear what you think of the recipes. Let me know what you want to learn how to make next. Thank you for spending time with me today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.